Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. So today we're going to be taking a look at two new planners, doing a little review and overview of some new planners from Plum Paper. I got these right at the end of last year and I'm really excited to finally be sharing them with you. Although if you are a regular watcher of my Plan With Me's, you may have seen one of these already. I have two planners here. This one is from the new Undated line that debuted with this year's launch, or last year's launch really, at the end of last year. And then one classic customizable planner as well. The layouts are different. Plum Paper was kind enough to gift me both of these planners, so super thank you to them. I cannot wait to share them with you. Let's dive in. We're gonna start with this one, which is one of the new Undated planners. So this line of Undated planners debuted at the end of last year. They have a bunch of different of their most popular layouts in the three sizes, A5, 7x9, and the large, which is 8.5x11. This is the 7x9. The 7x9 planners are $40. You can't make any customizations to this. It's just a pre-packaged product, and it comes with a hardcover. So it is like a hard chipboard cover. I actually really like these covers. You can get the hard covers on the customizable planners as well, but they come standard, and those are the only covers available for the Undated line. There is a smaller selection of covers available in the hardcover, but they are really nice. They have a bunch of different patterns and like a bunch of different colors that you can check out. I have this one here, which is called Serenity. And like I said, they are super nice. They are quite thick, and I actually did notice that this one with the hardcover did come with a thicker coil, but I do also have the new gold coil upgrade on my customizable planner, and so I'm not sure if that's why it's different or if it's because of the hardcover. That being said, I think it's probably because of the hardcover, just given how much extra space the hardcover adds to it. I do really like these chipboard covers. They're very sturdy. Of course, they're not like removable or replaceable because they are hard covers. You need some very strong scissors to snip this off, although I do think you can do it, and I do think I've seen people do it. The thing that's really cool about the Undated line is how neutral it is. It's much more neutral than their customizable or semi-custom, as I really think of them, planners. So when you get in, you can kind of see like this very stark white with gray font. That's pretty much the aesthetic of the whole planner. There are a handful of different layouts available. Like I said, 6 different layouts in total, and I have the weekly overview layout. This is actually the layout that was my top contender if I was going to do just one weekly planner for the whole year. This layout in the customizable version is probably what I was going to go with, so I'm really excited to have this, and the Undated one is so gorgeous. So you get this little thing that says special dates here, and actually we might even want to just compare it to the customizable planner so you can kind of see the difference in the layouts between them. So I will just say that I have this as the customizable planner. This is like their standard planner. These start at $40, but depending on what exact customizations you make, that you end up with a different price. So I believe that mine all in was $55 with the customizations. It is $10 to upgrade to the gold coil, same as for Erin Condren. And then this has, like, I just got the standard cover. They have tons and tons of different patterns you can choose from. It is just like a really soft, flexible kind of cover. Honestly, these are not the most sturdy covers. I think people do like them though, because you can easily get this off, and the Erin Condren and any cover that like interchangeable covers do fit on these coils. I've tested it. It fits on the silver, it fits on the gold. So you are all good. You can swap out the cover. That being said, this is absolutely gorgeous. You can get like your name or the year printed on it. I like my covers to be very blank. I never do the customizations, but I have this really pretty tie-dye one, and you know I love tie-dye. So anyway, once you open this up, you can kind of see the difference here, and then we'll dive into each of the layouts. But this page versus this page with like the little bit more color, you have like the logo, and it says personalized for you by you, Plum Paper. And then this one is, you know, the more blank one. So then again, you get this page with, it says special dates up at the top here, and then you have the months listed out with just lines underneath. And for the dated planners, you get your year at a glance with this really pretty scripty font. And this is the modern colorway. They do actually have 3 different colorways. There's like a classic colorway, which is like really bright, kind of rainbow vibes, and the modern colorway, which is this one. And then they have a grayscale one. I was on the fence between this and the grayscale, but I was worried that the gray might be a little bit too dark because it's like the January starts with a really dark gray and then it gets lighter as it goes throughout. So I went with the modern colorway, which is really, really pretty, and I do really like it. That being said, if they offered the dated ones in like the completely neutral vibes of the Undated planner, I would probably get that. So anyway, you have your monthly overview, and then here is where you have your special dates. So that is this page versus this plain lined page, just to give you a difference in the aesthetics. And then you have this one, the next page here says ideas, plans, goals, and it's the same thing as the previous page, but completely blank, versus that same thing here, but again, with the color, but also completely blank, and it just also gives you what the color scale is, and it is a really, really pretty colorway. I do very much like it, but that being said, when given the choice, I do prefer a completely neutral planner. So then you get into the tabs, and again, you have your color of the month, and the tab is printed really nice and big. It says January, and you've got that written on the tab as well there. And then you have the same thing, except for completely blank, and it just says month of, and then it's blank. And then you have a blank tab here, and there are stickers that are in here, or I may have pulled them out, that I think to label this. Let me grab them. Oh, they were right off to the side. So it did come with these stickers, which have the months there. So you could do month of January and put that on, and then the tabs here. Or you can leave it blank like I did, because I'm not planning to use this every week. If I was using this as my main planner, I would probably go ahead and preemptively date it. But because I'm just using this, sometimes I decided to just keep it really, really clean and blank. And I may add on to the tabs later or do custom ones later. But it is the same material. The same paper is used throughout, the same like slightly thicker and coated paper is used for the tabs. So all of the quality stuff is the same. It's just kind of a different design and layout, which, speaking of which, you get a completely different dashboard in this planner than you do in the dated planner. So in the Undated planner, the back of the tab is blank, and then you get a page here that is, I love this dashboard layout. I think it's so great because you have the days numbered 1 through 31, so you can use this for a line of day memory keeper. That's just what's jumping out to me. You could also use that as like a perpetual type calendar, like to list out any important dates or any schedules or anything like that. But you do have like a full calendar spread on the back side of that. And then you just have a blank section here, a blank box at the bottom, and a little dot grid space right in the middle. So I really love that dashboard layout. I think it's phenomenal. It would definitely work super, super well for me compared to the dashboard in the dated version, where it's printed on the back of the tab. So it is that like different paper, the little bit more of a coated cardstock, and you've got 3 circles up at the top, then the birthdays and the events and the things to remember, and then just 2 blank spaces here, and then you have a lined notes page on the other side. So a little bit different of a vibe for the monthly calendar there, and then you get into the monthly calendar. The Undated planners, the monthly calendars are Sunday start, but it's so small and you have to date this planner anyways, so you could easily turn this into Monday start, but there was no option to make this a Monday start planner, which you can do in the dated version, which I love a Monday start planner. That is my dream, is just all calendars being Monday start. So again, you just have the blank line of at the top, and it's really soft printed. The boxes are nice and big. It's just like a kind of standard 7x9 monthly spread with a sidebar, and you have blank space up at the top. We can measure the boxes as well. So they are 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, so perfect squares. And then you have a sidebar along the side that is lined. And then on the monthly calendar, you have the same thing except dated. And on the customizable planners, you get to pick Monday or Sunday start, and you can pick it for all of the elements. So like even my little calendars down here at the bottom are Monday start. Every calendar on here is Monday start. I just wanted to double check that this one was a Monday start as well, but it is. You can see that the February started on a Wednesday, so you have that's perfect. And again, Monday printed right at the top. I actually really love this monthly spread because it's just like a little hint of color. It would be very easy to cover this up if you wanted to go with like a different color scheme. It's just a really nice blank calendar. And like I said, you can pick Monday start and then it's all dated and you don't have to worry about it. And the dating is done in gray. It's not in the blue. So again, if you wanted to cover up the blue and go with a different color for January, you could easily do that just with like some date covers and some washi and stuff. But anyway, that is the difference in the monthly calendar. These are the same size boxes, so 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and then your sidebar is actually lined with the dotted line instead of a solid line. So just a really small difference there as well. And then again, on the Undated, you don't have any of the little calendar spaces. So let's take a look at one of these spreads. I'm just gonna flip to the middle so it's nice and flat, and then I'll show you the weekly overview spread that I already did in here using stickers. So this again is the weekly overview layout. This is also available in their customizable dated planners. All of the layouts that they offer for Undated are available in the dated regular customizable planners, and actually they have even more layouts available in the dated customizable planners. So what I love about this is it's exactly like it says. It's a weekly overview spread, which is how I use my weekly spread. So you have one full page of sidebar and one page of planning space is kind of how I think of this. So you have up here, it just says week of, and you just have a huge dashboard spread. And if you watch my plan with me, my monthly stuff, my weekly stuff, you know that I love my listing space. I love my dashboard. So you have all this different dashboard type space here to create like the to-do list sections of your dream. So we've got a little 3 list up here and then a big to-do list here. And both of those have like the little circles for check marks on them. Again, this is so neutral. It's so easy to customize this, to add in that color, to use this stencil. And you honestly, I don't think you would have to white anything out. You could totally, I mean, you could white out those dots if you want, but you could easily just cover over them with a dot marker. And they're so light and small that you're not even really going to be able to tell. Then here you have this little section, which has like a little scheduling space. So it's similar to their untimed daily planner or like the Moxie Life untimed daily planner, where you've got the little dotted line here, which looks like it's supposed to be where you're writing down the time, and then blank lines here. So you could use that to create some kind of daily schedule or put in things that always happen at the same time. Honestly, I just used that for more to-do listing space when I did it last time because it's pretty blank, so you can do whatever you want to it. I think that's what it's intended for, but you know, there's no rules. And then you have this little section down here, which is lined, a little lined section at the bottom that runs the full width of the page. And then this, which when I see a blank box like this, I always think like quote or deco box, but I actually think I used that as a habit tracker for the week that I did it. But the week that I used this was a very like busy week and I had so much listing going on. So I think on a more normal week, I would probably use that for deco, but it worked really well as a little habit tracker space to draw in as well. It'd also be like a really good place to do if you do any kind of like charts in your planner. Like I know Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans, she used to draw like a sleep graph, and I think now she does one that's like her apple rings, and she has stickers for that. So that would be like another great place to put something like that in. And then on this side of the page, you have a horizontal weekly layout that has the full week on one page. So Monday up here, and then all the days of the week, and the weekends aren't split or anything. It's just a full little line for each one. And this is a 7x9 planner. So when I used this was plenty of space for me to do a weekly overview spread. And I actually do think that this is like, you know, depending on your planning style, that this would totally work with all the to-do listing over here and like ample scheduling over here. This would totally work as an all-in-one planner. Like you wouldn't need another planner with this. Again, just depending on your style. This page really reminds me of, it's very similar to the Moxie Life daily planner, the weekly overview piece that comes with that. So it's kind of like the same thing, just a smaller, like single page horizontal layout, very blank and very easy to customize. And then paired with that, again, just all of the listing space. So I am really, really into this overview layout. You will definitely be seeing this a bunch on my channel because yeah, it's just a really good layout for me for the way that I plan the combination, using a combination of a weekly and daily planner. So speaking of which, I thought I would just show you the spread that I did in here if I can find it, which I did right at the front. So I used this, I believe, last week, and here is what my layout looked like. Again, using a bunch of stickers. You could do this without stickers stickers, obviously, and I'll definitely have to try that soon as well. I'd use stickers from a journaling kit from JK Creates Co. combined with some of that Simply Gilded mandala washi, so pretty, and my stencil, obviously, and some pens and markers. So really, really cute, fun spread, and again, like just really taking advantage of all of that listing space. So what I did here is like a top 3, my to-do list, and then I had like a lot of home project stuff going on this week, so I created a separate to-do list for that, for like the home projects. Then I just made like a little this week, any notes for this week, and then in this notes section, that's actually my notes for next week, which I always love to have a notes for next week section in my planner. And then again, like I said, I did make that a habit tracker. I think on a less busy week, I would, you know, just need the one to-do list plus the top 3, and then I would do like my notes for next week here and use this for deco and maybe scooch my habit tracker over here. That way I could have that little bit of deco space, which I love to have that in my planner. So that is what is going on. But yeah, like I said, this was really, really fun to plan with, and I definitely will be doing this again. You get enough pages for the whole year. It is a 12-month planner, and then there's 5 weeks in every month. So it's honestly more than enough for the whole year. Will have like a couple of extra blank pages in there, which if I'm using my thing for always, that's something that used to really bother me, but now I do use the Undated Moxie Life, like the weekly companion notebooks every year, and it honestly hasn't bothered me, and sometimes it's really nice to have that extra page in case you make a big mistake. So again, this is just a really gorgeous, gorgeous planner, and I really love the look of the Undated line, and what I really hope is that they bring this fully neutral colorway to the fully customizable planner, because I think that would be really cool to just have like the plain tabs, to not have any color in the spread, and I think that that would probably be pretty popular for them too. So hopefully that becomes an option going forward. So let me show you the other one. One thing I will say about these hardcovers, because I do really like them, you do like have to wiggle them a little bit more to get them closed than the other covers, but it's just because they're so thick. But like I said, I do really like that, and yeah, I think with the way I'm using this, I will definitely be fine as far as stickers bulking this up. But honestly, even if you were using this every week, the coil is pretty generous, so you have a lot of room to grow into. I mean, I'd imagine by the end of the year, if you were using this every week with full stickers, you're going to be pretty thick. But again, it is a pretty big coil, and it is Plum Paper does have a really, really nice coil. We will talk about the paper at the end. I feel like Plum Paper is like pretty divisive. People either really, really love it or really, really don't love it. It's very, very smooth, but I will show you like a pen test and everything on it at the end. That being said, it does hold up to markers and pens and stuff really, really well because it is coated. Anyway, the planner that I have here, the classic dated planner, is the Vertical Priorities planner. I do think that this is one of their more popular layouts, and I really, really love this. This was one of the things that I was really strongly considering for last year for my main functional planner, but my main hang up with this was actually just that the sidebar space is at the top of the page instead of on the side of the page. I am, like I said, using this planner this week, and I was able to make it work for me, no problem, but I was just like a little bit nervous about that in terms of committing to a planner for the whole year next year. So again, this is, like I said, the modern colorway, and the reason that the sidebar is at the top, even though you have like a split weekend, is that these columns are actually a fair bit wider than the standard 1.5 inches. They're 2 inches wide, so your stickers are going to fit in here, but they are not going to line up like perfectly. Like if you put a standard half box or quarter box in there, it's gonna be narrower than the thing. That being said, journaling stickers work super phenomenally in here, and that is very much what I'm into in my functional planner these days. So that's really nice. You do have the box at the bottom is shaded in like a color that matches the monthly color, but it is light enough that you can write on top of it. That does make it pretty hard to cover the color in the planner and still use that space functionally. I am sure that there are brands out there, there are sticker shops out there that sell boxes that cover this. If you want to, if you have those shops and you know of them, you can let me know in the comments down below. But if you're just doing like a more minimal sticker look or no stickers, you know, you are going to be working with the color, not against it. So anyway, that is just something to keep in mind. They do have, like I said, 3 different colorways, and this is the one that I went with, the modern one. I do think that this is the more popular colorway as well, although I am just basing that on my own Instagram feed and not on any like data from the company or anything like that. So the way that this works is you have your day is split into like 4 sections. So you've got this one up at the top, which has these 2 sections up at the top, which both have like a blank line to put a header, and then 3 bullet points after that. And then you have this longer lined section here, and then the shaded one at the bottom. The weekends are just a split Saturday, Sunday, and they're just lined, no shading and no listing on the weekend days. You do have 11 lines in the section down at the bottom here, or 11 little lined sections there. So when you order this, it comes with either, you can pick the preset headers, and they'll be just printed here, and on the bottom here, and then like up at the top, or you can customize it and you can get either whatever headers you want or no headers at all. So I opted to have no headers going throughout the days. I just wasn't sure exactly what I wanted, and I also thought that I would want to change it up from time to time, but I did have habit tracker printed on that one. Just I couldn't imagine using this for anything besides a habit tracker because it's literally a habit tracker. So I did just have that one printed. It is in just a light gray font. I could cover that with a sticker if I wanted to, but I don't have to. And then you've got this little square here. Again, this is, if you watch Taylor, this is where she used to do that little sleep chart. I actually used that for decoration when in this week when I'm using the planner. And then you also have this bigger one here, which is where I put my weekly to-do list, because that is what I need, a weekly to-do list in my weekly overview planner. That is like its primary function. I like to schedule things out, but I really do like a weekly to-do list, which is why I ultimately did not go with this planner this year. That being said, I am having really fun using this and this week, and I will definitely be using it again a bunch of times because it is a really, really fun layout. And I do think that this, if you're only looking to have one planner, like if you don't have a daily planner, this makes a really phenomenal planner because there is plenty of listing space throughout it. It's just assigned to a specific day, and I really like to have the space to do a more weekly overview type list rather than assigning things to specific days, which I do on my daily planner. So I use the bottom for dinners. I know you could use it for gratitude, for workouts, for really for anything that you want, but it's just a nice little extra bit of sectioned space. I always use space like that kind of for our meal planning. And then again, you have the matching colors. One kind of weird thing with Plum Paper planners is that when you get to the last week of the month, you actually get that week twice, and it's like grayed out on one of them. So you have here is the last week in January where you had the 30th and the 31st, and then when you get to February, it's gray. And then when you go into February, you have the opposite of that. So you have the grayed out for January, and then the week in the color. So I will tell you that I do not like this. I don't like that it's printed twice, and I also don't like that it's in the gray, but a lot of other planner brands also do that so that the monthly colors are consistent. So that I feel like at least is like an industry standard thing, even though it's not my favorite thing, but having the same week printed twice seems a little bit unusual. And then again, that February color is that teal color. And here's the week that I am currently in right now. And here is what my spread looks like in here. Again, using some journaling stickers and actually some Hobonichi stickers from Hello Petite Paper this week, and just working with the colorway. Because again, I did think that this would be a lot to cover up. So I just kind of picked the similar style markers, and I think the kit matches really well. I absolutely love how this looks, and I'm having a lot of fun using stickers in here. It's really nice. It's plenty of space too, because it's 7x9. It's really a lot of space, and this layout is also available in A5, by the way. And like I said, I did do my weekly to-do list up at the top there. That's like not honestly my favorite thing ever, but it is working. So I will potentially think about something else next time I use that planner, but I do overall really, really like how this looks. And then we can go on. The March color is this really pretty light green color. I love that one. And then April is this peach, really pretty. And May is this nice bold yellow. I love yellow. June is it's like a muted blue with just a hint of purple. I honestly think it's like pretty similar to the July color, but like lighter, although I guess it has just a hint more purple in it than that. And then the colors repeat. So July is the same as January, August, February, September, October, November, and December. So again, the colors aren't really, don't really seem to be like matched up with a month. Like February is not pink, and October is pink and not like orange or necessarily the yellow. It's just kind of, the colors are what they are, and you can either try and cover them or work with them. But like I said, they do have that grayscale one. I would definitely be interested in seeing what the gray looks like printed on that planner. So if you know anybody that has the Plum Paper dated planners in the grayscale, definitely let me know in the comments down below. That being said, seasonality aside, it is a really, really pretty color scheme, and I do really like all of the colors. So that is the Vertical Priorities, the customizable planner. And again, like I said, you can get all of the headers printed there. And my favorite thing that you can customize is honestly that you can pick Monday Start on the monthly planner, because that is so, so nice. I do really like the gold coil. It is a very soft gold, kind of like a light gold, almost not quite matte, but it is definitely light, and it's definitely lighter than the Erin Condren gold. I actually don't have an Erin Condren gold anymore. I gave gold coil away. I gave it away, but it's definitely a different gold than the Erin Condren. It is really, really pretty, and again, it's that same high quality coil. It's got like a good thickness to the individual bands. The Erin Condren covers and other interchangeable covers do fit on this planner if you want to take off the more flimsy planner. You can also get the hard covers on this planner, and they also have an option in between that, which is like you get this page and then a clear plastic protector on top of it. That was also an option, but I just got the regular one because I didn't feel like I needed anything else. I don't really take my planner out with me anywhere at the end. And then at the end, you do get some like lined or dot grid notes pages, some contacts pages, password page, which I don't recommend using, and then a 2024 calendar. They also have an add-on section in their ordering process where you can add on, like they have like meal planning pages, budgeting pages, social media tracking pages, all different kinds of stuff, and you can add in like little bundles of extra pages into the planner, and they have like a maximum number of pages that you can get. But that is pretty cool, and some of them look really, really useful if you want like a more all-in-one planner and there's like a specific life area that you're focusing on. And then it does also come with a big folder in the back here, and then you've got the back cover, which has this really cute little line pattern, chevron type pattern on the back, and then your same cover. And then likewise on the Undated planner in the back, you get, again, kind of the same thing, some dot grid paper, contacts, passwords, and then the back is just back. There's no calendar on it, and the folder is just a plain white folder in that same material, which is like a thicker coated cardstock. And again, the back cover there, which does say Plum Paper, and then this also says Plum Paper on the cover versus the customizable ones where you can, again, get whatever you want or nothing printed on the cover. So let's talk quickly about the paper. I have pen tested the Plum Paper on my channel before, but we will go ahead and do it again. I'm gonna do it right on this password page because, again, I don't think you should put you don't need to write your passwords down. So actually, you know what, I'll do it on the dot grid. Okay. So we can make a pen test page. This is 70-pound paper, which is 105 GSM. For reference, both Moxie Life and Erin Condren use 120 GSM paper, which is 80-pound paper. So it is thinner than that. However, it has a coating on it, so it is extremely, extremely smooth, whereas Erin Condren paper is very, very textured or toothy, and Moxie Life is kind of in between. The coating on this paper does mean that it holds up to pens and markers really well. So any markers that you're using in your other premium planner brands you're not gonna have a problem with in here. It's just the ink kind of sits on top of the page for a second before drying, like with the dot markers and stuff like that, but it doesn't bleed through, so you are gonna be able to use all of your markers in here. It's just a really, really smooth paper, which some people really like and some people don't. It's not like as smooth as the Tahoe River paper. It's on the smoother end of the spectrum than the toothy end of the spectrum, which Erin Condren Cudgel is very, very textured paper. Okay, let's test some pens. I've got some mild liners, some brush pens, a flare, a stamping marker, some dot markers. I just used the gel pen, so let's go ahead and test it. Nothing bled through. The harder press on the dot markers and the Erin Condren stamping markers are ghosting pretty bad, and actually the Erin Condren stamping marker may have just bled through the tiniest bit, and that is a marker that is like a little bit more prone to bleed through than the other ones. But again, like I said, you can use markers here. Honestly, even with the Tombos and the mild liner double presses and everything, and like with me really scribbling over the same spot, and again, there's barely even any shadowing, so this paper does hold up really, really well. What I've heard some people say is that they feel like that stickers really tear up this page, which obviously is important to me. So I just have some Hello Petite paper stickers out that I'm using in here. Again, I've been using stickers in here. I haven't really pulled a ton of stickers up in here, but we can try that. This was one that had been like stuck down on my hand already, which that one pulled up no problem. And then this one, honestly, that pulled up both fine for both of them. So, I mean, with any paper, you have to be like a little bit careful if you're pulling up stickers. I did like crinkle the paper a little bit there with that, but I don't find that this paper is really bad for stickers or anything like that. It's very smooth to write on, and I typically prefer a little bit more tooth on my paper, but prior to last year, I was like, initially when I was thinking about getting this as my main planner last year, I was really worried about the paper based on what other people had said. So I had actually ordered a notebook from them so that I could test it out. And I don't have a problem with this paper. It's, again, I like it. It's not my favorite paper ever, but I do like it. So anyway, that is the paper, and that is my Plum Paper planners. I'm so excited to be using these, to have these. Do you use a Plum Paper planner? Have you used one? Let me know. Let me know what kind of spreads you want to see in here. Again, thank you so much to Plum Paper for gifting me these planners. I'm really excited to be using them, to try them out. Stay tuned for more Plan With Me's in here. And that's everything. So if you liked this video, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at MyCraftyPlans for even more planner fun. I will talk to you soon. Bye.